Hi again. We're back, and in this second part of our video, we will carry on about our life and love story, and fights and mistakes and
I
challenges.
won most of the fights.
Sorry?
I won most of the fights.
You wish?
I was a boxer as well.
But I mentioned in the first video, my sister said that they actually broke the ribs trying to resuscitate me with my second born baby. She was a nurse, and that's why she knew it. I was apparently blue and hurt a lot, of course. She had two boys, Sydney and Tyron. I don't know if I'm even allowed to mention their names. But Yanni and their dad, Velina's husband, got along very well. So as a family, both of us went with his brother and so on as well to Marina Beach. I remember
Margate.
walking to the beach. Yeah, stayed in Marina Beach, but went to Margate and so on. It's on the south
cream
coast.
and
Again,
candy floss. Those are the days.
you must really come to South Africa and enjoy that part as well. We've got beautiful beaches in any case. So traveling is in our blood. We just want to travel all the time. And every possible weekend that we had, we would visit either them in Welkom or they visited us over a weekend. And then, sadly, Velina and Sydney, our idols, got divorced. It was devastating for all of us. Velina actually was like a single parent. She looked after the children herself and worked from Monday till Monday, and
To raise
really
the children.
sorry?
To raise the children.
Yeah, and to create a lovely, full life for them, although she was single. The kids, she worked from
24.
yeah, so hard. But we were privileged to have a few days or weekends off and so on. So, of course,
Now,
every possible moment, sorry?
We used to go on every weekend. We went somewhere.
Yeah, because we like traveling.
Ants in our pants.
So the kids, their boys will be, her boys will then come to us as well, and they always travel together. And Yanni had boys to play with, rough.
I could beat the living daylights out of it.
He did.
I was strong and they were small. Now they are strong and I am weak.
Yeah, shame. I don't know if I mentioned this. Sydney was 12 years old and Tyron only 7. We had all our children, all 3 girls, and Velina would always say, "Your girls they're mine," and I would say, "Yes, and your boys are mine too." So we really. We found out when our kids went to university how they went to their Tannie Velina, and I can't believe it's far away, 600 kilometers, and apparently they would drive after class. And then
we didn't know that. We didn't know they were doing things like that. I mean, go to Durban when you're 17, 18.
She's the nice auntie, and she would joke and say that the what do you call it? The washing machines will do dances, washing their jeans and so on, because they're going out at 10 o'clock at night and so on.
You know what I'm thinking of now? Sorry, I'm interrupting.
That's okay. You always do.
My daughters went and visited. Actually, it was my daughters and my younger sister,
too.
her daughter as well, and they went to Auntie Baby. That's my sister in Wilderness. So they were fooling around and playing, but my auntie my sister was a real naughty girl. So they decided one night they're going to play strip poker. Just the 5 of them, 3 girls and my sister. So they were playing, and the youngsters beat my sister. So eventually she had a bra and a panty on, and she lost again. And these kids were now smiling. "Okay, Tannie Baby, what are you taking off now?" She took her teeth out and put that on the table.
So
And after that, obviously, the game was stopped.
I think they lost a few garments of clothes as well, the girls, but it was so much fun. They talk a lot about it, and it's fantastic to think back about that. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. But now back to our younger days. I wanted Sunay to go to a ballet school. She was so good at it. Adele loved more Spanish dancing, and Jana was this hip hop girl. She was just
Sport. Anything that's round and you can kick.
and sport mad and so on. But Yanni did not want the girls to stay away from us, because she had to stay in a hostel, actually, away from us. So it's sad. You don't want that, and you've got this. You want to give her this opportunity, but in the same time, you don't want her to leave the house. So it was really quite difficult for us.
Oma used to say, when the sun goes down, all the chickens must be in the nest.
Yeah. So, of course, we then bought a game farm, a small little game farm, and the whole family knew about this little nature reserve that we had. We called it Pukalani, and we had the name long before we had the farm.
Sudelna.
Oh, yes, of course. Sudelna, the safari business was Pukalani, sorry. Sudelna. And it's, we built everything on that farm. It was beautiful, and the kids could go on game drives and so on. And eventually this place was too small, and we bought another bigger one.
Back to the name, Sudelna, is the first two letters of my oldest daughter's name.
Sunay.
The middle
section
letters of Adele, Sue, Del, and the last one, Jana. No, so it was Sudel, Sunay, Adele, and Jana combined in short.
Yeah,
it's quite cute.
Sudelna. So again, an opportunity for all the nieces and nephews to come to us as well, and we loved having all the children with us. And then this farm got too small. And there's lots of stories that we can tell about that, but later on. And then we bought a bigger one, but still, I have to go back a few years again.
In the Waterberg Mountains.
No, yeah, that's true. And it was a little bit bigger, and they could take we call it a jalopy. It's a dilapidated Land Rover, and go on their own game drives. And
who was driving, Sunay or Adele?
I don't know what you want to say.
We had to put a brick under the petrol.
Only Jana.
Because they just reached from the top to the petrol, and the car would just jump around, because as they jump over, they just do this with the accelerator all the time. So we put a brick under so they can steady their foot. And when they left, all you could see was this ponytail sticking out the front seat, and the passengers in the back, and they would go, and off they go all alone on the drive.
With their friends, having a picnic, and come back and tell us that they saw the wildebeest, and they saw the
python,
everything, and impala and kudus and so on. And we would go very quietly when we go, and we see nothing, and the kids sees everything. So we were quite jealous, but because we love nature so much, and we brought our kids to respect nature. And I remember we camped on the West Coast. Those days you did not it was wild camping, and Yanni and them would dive for crayfish.
There were no reserves there.
Yeah, but dive for crayfish.
Except the Diamond Reserve.
They would dive for crayfish, and he taught the kids you dance on the sand, and you get white mussels, and we would cook that, and they would go to the rocks and
big
black mussels, and we would make mussel soup and so on. It was amazing, but
and crayfish and perlemoen, and there was Susan reckons it's a big barnacle, but we call it a little horseshoe. And we used to take them off and put them into the mincer and make cookies.
Yeah.
We just lived
fantastic
out to sea.
Yeah.
All we took were
beer. Lots of beer.
Beer and some other provisions that's life. That's
you can't go without.
Necessity.
Yeah. So it was nice for all the kids to come along with us, and they enjoyed nature and so on. But to go back, I'm talking about the nice times now. I missed Jannie while I was playing house because they started hunting and a reloading club. This is where they would reload their own bullets and then go to the shooting range to test it all. And to me, it was all about drinking beer and be away from us. And
Beer builds better bodies.
And then Jannie also played golf on a Sunday. And I felt like a single mom having to take the kids, because to me it's very important to take them to church and to they must attend Sunday school. So I prayed a lot about that, and it's really very important to me. We did it's a habit of ours to, in the morning when we wake up with coffee and so on, to have our quiet time. But you can't call it quiet time because we were all talking together. We're not a quiet family. That means that you would read the Bible together and pray as well as a family before they go to school.
And one day we were having our quiet time, and Velina was here, son's sister was here, and I was lying on my stomach on the bed, and I prayed for us, for everybody. And Velina, when I was finished, she said to me, "I didn't hear a word you said." I said, "But I wasn't talking to you."
That's Jannie. That's Jannie. So where were I? Where was I? My English, you see, lots of tenses are wrong and so on.
Having all the kids
and then we went to stay in. Life became difficult in the building trade, and we moved to Potchefstroom, which is a university town in South Africa, beautiful. And eventually we started our guest house, and it was really an amazing time in our lives. But sure, I was a nagging wife, a real nagging wife, and I can imagine why Jannie did not want to be with me, and rather spend time with the boys.
Those days she could nag, but today she's a professional.
I don't know how long this video has been now. Would you like to carry on?
I think we continue with the next one.
Yeah, otherwise it gets too long. But Yella, we will be back again. Maybe this is the second decade, maybe a little bit half of the third as well. Because in Potchefstroom, Sunay went to university, and
a different phase of life started.
Jana was going to be last year at primary school, and she was going to be the
head girl, but that was in Western area.
Yeah, and then we moved, and
that was gone. So she wasn't happy.
The schoolmaster was very cross with us. He said, "You're taking away my head, what do you call it?
Head girl.
Head girl. It doesn't sound right."
Right.
And so we started anew in Potchefstroom and enjoyed that as well. It was a new challenge for us. But
we will continue.
We will continue that again.
Onwards.
Bye. See you again.
Cheerio.
Maybe tomorrow. Stop op.
Nee, ding het alweer antivries.